Hi everybody, it's Kerrie here at the North East Autism Society and I am with Tony and Danny from the Life Science Centre. And today we have a really exciting activity. We're going to be doing some invisible ink. So Danny, could you tell us a little bit more about what we need?
Yeah, well, first up, I've written a message for you both.
I can't see anything. There's nothing there.
That's probably because I wrote it in invisible ink.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but why don't we all write some messages in invisible ink, and then we'll explain how to make those messages visible again.
Sounds good.
For my invisible ink, I used some lemon juice, the kind you get in a bottle at the supermarket. But you can also just use lemon juice from a lemon.
That's what I've got here. I've cut a lemon and squeezed it into this little jar just here.
That's a good idea, Tony. I imagine that's quite strong smelling as well when you do that.
Yeah, it does. I love the smell of lemons, so I'm really enjoying this.
As well as your lemon juice, you're going to need a piece of paper to write your message on, and I've gone for a very thin paintbrush.
I've got one too.
Yeah. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is get some lemon juice available. So I've just poured a little bit into the lid, but Tony, I know you squirted some into your cup. And start writing your message, whatever you want your message to be.
Okay.
So this could be a little bit like being secret agents, isn't it? It's a little bit
Definitely, yeah.
Secret messages. I think I did this activity when I was a little girl and I really enjoyed it.
So I'm dipping the paintbrush back into the lemon juice after every few lines that I do, so I don't run out of lemon juice, because you don't want to get to the end and then discover you've actually not been writing a message for most of it.
I've been really careful to try and make my letters nice and big and clear as well, so they don't run into each other, because it's tricky doing it with a paintbrush. It's more fiddly than normal.
Definitely. And while you're writing the message, see a little bit what you're putting. You can see where the paper is wet. It's still, you don't know exactly where the ink's going to spread to. So yeah, you definitely want to do your letters as big and spaced out as you can. So nice short messages. And then once you've done your message, you need to leave it to dry for a little bit. I think about 10 minutes should be enough for it to dry. And then you will have, I've got one that I've already written and has dried. You get your invisible message. And if you were to give this to someone, they wouldn't know there was a message on it at all.
But if they can't read it at all, is there much point in giving them the message? Is there a way to reveal the message so that you can still communicate with them?
Very good question. There definitely is a way to reveal it, and that is by using heat. I found the best way of revealing the message is to ask a grown-up to turn the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and for the grown-up to put the message on a baking tray in the oven for about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's really important as well, Danny, isn't it? That we've got grown-ups helping with that or doing that part, because obviously the oven's going to get really hot and we don't want people getting hurt. So it's really important that we have an adult do that bit.
Definitely. And once it's been in the oven for about 3 minutes, the grown-up can take it out for you, put it somewhere to cool, and once it's cool, you can have a look at it and you should see your message has appeared.
Ah, I can see it now. Hi.
Hi. And I think there's a smiley face as well.
There is.
Yeah,
That's
so I
really cool.
could write you a message back now, Danny, couldn't I?
Exactly.
Lemon juice.
Exactly. So what's going on here is when we write the message, the lemon juice soaks into the paper. And then when we heat it up in the oven, the heat breaks down the lemon juice and it reacts with the oxygen in the air, what we call an oxidation reaction. And it goes from being colorless to being brown. And so our message goes from being invisible to being visible again. And so we can see what we've written to each other.
And can you only use lemons for this, Danny, or is there other citrus fruits you can use, or does it have to be lemon?
You can try it with other citrus fruits. I haven't done it myself, but I have read about other people trying different citrus fruits, and it works pretty well. But lemon juice is the one that I think works best. But if you want to do an experiment, you could try different types of citrus fruit and see what you come up with.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that with us. I'm sure some of our young people will love making secret messages with lemon juice. So as always, if any of our young people do this, I think we would all love to see the photos or the videos and see if you can write us a secret message. We would love to see them, wouldn't we? So thanks for sharing that, Tony and Danny, and we'll see you very soon. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.